Well, look what we have here. It's crazy to think that we would end our week tonight, but here we are, chat. We have SGL Thursday coming back with an absolute bang with 3 incredible SGL Premier matchups for you all this week. 2 of them derbies, and one of them one to really look forward to between KC Cauldron and El Matador. What is up, everyone? This is the only Mazar. I'm the only one here for now, so we'll see how this goes. This is going to be a long stream. We're going to have a lot of action coming up. We will be kicking off with LaCinco12 versus EM Dallas Bird. That one kicks off in about 3 minutes, and then after that we'll have a bit of a break between the first match and the second one, which is KC Cauldron versus El Matador, kicking off in 2 hours time. Finally, we will have the Cascadia Derby matchup, the second one of this week, in the premiere this time though, between Emerald City RC and Timbers Army. Skyline, good to see you over here, brother, and thank you for the 2 bits. Every little bit counts. Really appreciate it. Let me get this prediction set up real quick, so that for those of you who are coming in, you guys can get this going. You know what? I totally get it, Skyline. Appreciate you doing this little bit. Throwing little bits here and there, you know what I'm saying? Much love to you for that. Speaking of bits, it's been good to see the awesome support from yesterday. Late last night, we had a Difo of EC Eternal stream for SGL for the first time. And in all honesty, late night streams, I don't typically expect too many people to come in, but you know, a lot of people came in, showed their support, so much love to all of them. And we had a Prime sub come in from iHobo Joe, so much love to him for that. And also 100 bits donated by Deep Sea towards the end, so appreciate him for that as well. Trigga, good to see you, bro. Already bringing out your support for your fellow Austin FC fans who will be playing for LaCinco12 very soon. Yes, that matchup is kicking off in just about 1 minute, chat. Not that far away. And this is going to be a good one right here, too. We've seen LaCinco12 be on the rise. They've been getting better and better throughout the season. But don't dismiss this EM Dallas Bird team, chat. They came back against Sounders RC, and, you know, that was not just any kind of comeback. It was a reverse sweep. I know Sounders RC dealt with a reverse sweep already against Frontera, and they've been also getting better and better. But the reason I brought that up is this EM Dallas Bird has fight. They will go for it. They are not afraid to take on teams, no matter how good or bad they are. And in this case, this is an extra special matchup, of course, because, you know, LaCinco12, Austin FC fans, the big rivalry between the 2 sides. So don't be surprised if there are a few more fireworks on the field of play. Trigga says, I bet everything on Las Verdes on Tuesday. Need LaCinco12 to help me get some of that back. Hey, you know what? This is the best chance for LaCinco12 to get a big win. A statement win. I mean, we already saw that against El Matador, but this El Matador team this season has not been as strong. They're weaker on paper than they were last season. The EM Dallas Bird team, though, is very interesting. They've got a bunch of better players come in. They took most of, you know, the good players from El Matador last season, so don't be surprised if this matchup is closer than it seems. And if you see what I mean, we've had Caesar, who is the star of this team, who leads the way and does pretty much everything, lead all the stats. And I mean, I think that says it all, doesn't it? I mean, this guy is the #1 player for his team. The second player for the team, Anum, has been a revelation. He, on paper, is one of the weaker players in the squad, but he has stepped up and delivered big time. Unfortunately, he's not available tonight. Anum mentioned it in commentary yesterday. he is not available to play tonight, so his teammates need to step up and play a big part. With that said, don't dismiss Wicca. He was a key factor in EM Dallas Burn's reverse sweep against Sounders RC in week 2. You also have Ponzi, who's shown flashes of brilliance, but mostly struggled, especially on the attack. Defensively as well too, but once he gets his footing into the Premier, he should be fine. And then you have Huey, who is the X factor in this team. This guy has probably the best mechs in the whole lineup after Caesar, and be on the lookout for him. He will be a goal threat. He doesn't get too many chances, but when he plays, he scores goals. So don't be surprised if he becomes a big factor for this team, especially when they start getting on the ball and start to take control. And then last but not least, Pico David. Do not be surprised if he makes an appearance, by the way. He has made at least one appearance in almost every week. I don't know if he missed 1 week. Maybe against Emerald City RC? I don't know if he played against them or not, but he did play against El Matador. He also played against Sounders RC, if I'm not mistaken. Trigger calling for Playboy Farty to play. I mean, don't be surprised if he does appear. He does show up whenever EM Dallas Spurn get involved. Now, since we talk so much about EM Dallas Spurn, it's only appropriate that we talk about Los Verdes. Interestingly, they have a squad of at least 4 players, if not a couple more, depending on if they can get themselves verified or not. But for now, they've just been sticking with this trio and this trio only. It's been Palace, Runsow, and Devon. That's the team that has played every single game so far, and don't be surprised if they stick around and continue. At the start, they showed a lot of good glimpses, especially on the attack. Defensively, though, a little bit open. But as the season has progressed, week after week, they've improved their defensive rotations. They've become more reliable defensively, and they have started to take control of games more. This team on the attack will control the ball, and they will make sure that you will never get out of your goal, let alone your half. Their only problem has been they've not been able to convert their chances for the most part. I mean, 1 in 20 shots for Devon, I think, says it all. A big statistical anomaly, and you expect more from Devon as well, but I think he's going to pull through. As I said, anomaly, it's a statistical anomaly. It's more of an outlier. I think he'll regress to the mean in a positive manner. He's going to get more goals and he's going to catch up. Runsow has been an incredible addition to this lineup. The dude has been so good defensively, so good with his passing, incredible with his 50s. He has taken this LaCinco12 team to the next level. And if you were wondering who the rest of the squad is, it's basically Los Verdes minus Trigger, Blue Skies, trying to remember if there was another one. I think, yeah, minus Trigger and Blue Skies and Argless, of course. So it's half Los Verdes from last season, but with Runsow, it takes them to the next level. Here we go. Pico David appearing in the chat. Good to see ya. He's saying, I'm on P2 Innocent Sin right now. I'm out. And he's claiming that he's quit. I don't know, bro. We'll see. You claimed you quit before, but you've come back. But hold your head up, bro. Listen, I know it's been rough for you in the Premier. You will be back. You've been getting better and better. You had a decent showing against ECRC, despite the gap in quality between you and that team. You will be fine if you get to play more. Right. We are ready to go. Both teams are now in. We are going to kick off very soon. And they both are now joining in. Chat, get ready. This is going to be awesome. We cannot wait to see where this goes. And here we go. Game 1 kicks off between EM Dallas Spurn and LaCinco12. And right off the mark, what a save, by the way. EM Dallas Spurn already having to face an instant attack from LaCinco12. but that boom allows Huey to take control. Devin, not really getting the best touch, but Runsau comes in to take over. Palace with a shot! And that early attack was a sign of things to come. EM Dalsburn way too slow off the mark at the back. Great backboard pass by Runsau. Palace jumping up, getting to the ball first. 1-0 to LaCinco12, and they couldn't have asked for a better start than this, chat. Once again, the ball ends up towards the orange goal, but Caesar finally gets it out. Wicca has the boost to follow up. Soft touch allows Runsau to take control. He brings it out to the other flank, gets challenged. Ball falls right on to Caesar. Caesar lets it go. Wicca going up for a double tap attempt. He bails out. Huey stranded in the middle, not able to get to the ball quickly enough, and Caesar has to get back. And now he's going to go for a solo play, going for a dunk. He cannot get the ball in the back of the net. Great defensive stand there from LaCinco12. And now they need to keep it going. They're boost starved once again, just like last week against Emerald City RC. They need to do better at getting the little boost pads to keep their rotations going quickly. It's been one of the challenges they've had to deal with so far. But EM Dalsburn give them a break. They kind of drop back, and now LaCinco12 is looking to take control. Alice going for Huey. Runsau follows up. Ball's loose in the midfield towards Wicca, taking a shot off target. Huey trying to follow up, and Devin gets it out of the way, but barely. Runsau now needs to take charge of the Caesar cross, which really falls to no one. Huey tries his best to get something, salvage something off of that, but to no avail. And now EM Dalsburn need to face a LaCinco12 attack. With that said, no one's there to follow it up. And Caesar somehow gets the equalizer. Chat, even Devin is shocked. What the hell? Devin, who's had his attacking struggles, somehow scores an own goal from out of nowhere. Like, even if you try that, you know, intentionally, you cannot always get that in. So for him to do that is insane. But EM Dalsburn get gifted an equalizer at the perfect time. Let's see if this pins LaCinco12 back. And they are pinned back. Devin having to deal with that, but the ball gets pitched to the other end. Huey gets it out of the way with a decent save. And the whole EM Dalsburn team is now back. Runs out towards the middle. Huey getting another big save off of the far post, and the ball is now going towards Devin, who is anchoring this LaCinco12 side. Plays it loose to Caesar, who passes it to the middle. No one is there to follow up. Wicca comes back, tries to get a touchdown, but Huey's not going to push. He's going to stay back. And now Caesar takes charge. Doesn't really get a good contact. Bounces it to the flanks. Doesn't really get good enough control, but Runsau finally takes over. Huey once again plays it loose to Devin. Gets demoed for his trouble. The ball's going to the orange side now. We'll see what happens from here. Palace and Runsau both in. Net is open. And Wicca gets the lead for EM Dalsburn. 2-1 with less than 2 minutes to go. And that is very unfortunate for LaCinco12. Runsau is the third man going up to keep the ball in the midfield. Palace high up close to the ceiling. And Wicca flicked it over Runsau, put it into the back of the open net. Caesar slow playing. Good job by Huey coming up to try and see if he can get a 50. Loose ball. Challenged by Wicca towards Caesar, who doesn't get to the ball. And now Palace plays it into the middle. Devin coming in late. Another backboard pass. Runsau coming up, but couldn't make it. And Palace needs to take over right here. Time's running out. Still a lot of time, though. But this is where LaCinco12 tend to struggle. When they are behind it and they're chasing for a goal, they tend to struggle to create good enough chances and get the shots on target. Another good attempt right there, but Palace just didn't have the boost to follow it up. And now they need to deal with an attack from EM Dalsburn. Devin does enough to get it out of the way. He's been good defensively, minus that own goal. And now Devin needs to play a part on this attack. Staying up, bumping Huey. Palace couldn't get it past through him though. And the ball now goes into the orange half. Palace has to pop it up. Devin and Rutsau getting involved. The net is open. Palace waits patiently, gets away with it. Caesar challenges him, and Rutsau can only bring it out to Wicca. Huey up for a shot, but he fluffs his shots right there. Ball goes to the side wall. Devin had the time to take control, but he booms it. Runs out. Devin off at the crossbar. Palace doesn't have the boost to follow it up. And here we go again, chat. LaCinco12, when they get the chances, cannot convert them as we enter the final 10 seconds. As the clock ticks down to 0, one final chance. Palace with 0 boost. Runs out with 100. Devin cannot make it. He also had 0 boost. And EM Dallasburg takes game 1. Let's see who's getting involved in chat. Luis, good to see you, bro. Argos, good to see you here as well. A lot of trash talking from Trigga. And Argos on one Pico David. Not sure if he's the guy you necessarily need to pick on. But you guys do you. We shall see if Playboy Party makes an appearance, depending on what happens. All right, chat. Sorry. If I'm quiet, it's because I am dealing with different things and setting everything up. Just making sure everything is good to go for game 2. Just gotta clear up the sub situation. I think everyone's ready to go now. Yes, we are. So we are gonna hop into game 2 very soon. And here we go. Both teams are entering in right now. No time to waste. Everyone is ready to go. We'll see who the subs are for both sides. Hophead comes in for Palace, and Pico David makes an appearance, subbing in for Caesar. Here we go. Game 2. This should be a great one, chat. And speaking of Palace, he comes into the chat and says, the whole lobby was throwing that game, Lamau. You know what? At least you're getting it out of the way in game 1. We'll see how it goes for the rest of this matchup. Hophead versus Pico David, though. This is one to look forward to. We'll see who can step up and make themselves count. So far, it is the better skilled players getting more involved. Hophead, though, brings it out to Runsau. Shot towards the net, but it bounces off of the post. Hophead cannot follow it up either. If there was a chance for him to get the goal, that was it. And EM Dallasburg live for now. Pico David bringing it up. Devin challenging him. Devin gonna keep this up. Flicks it over his dad, Hophead. But LaCinco12 get away with it. And yes, I said that. Hophead is Devin's father. A father-son connection in this team. A bunch of you know very well about Steel Army's 3 brothers. Here, though, we have a father and son playing together for the same team. They've done that in the past for Los Verdes, and now they do it for LaCinco12. Chat, this is really good to see, and I'm loving all this at the moment. Shot towards the net. Huey gets right into the near post. That ground shot is easily dealt with by him, and now he tries to kickstart a counter. Wicca cannot get to the ball on time. Pico David is anchoring himself on the goal. Jumps, gets beaten, open net. No one really is there to follow it up. Hophead himself was staying back too. Finally follows it up, brings it out to the left. Runs out, taking a shot to the far post. And he gets the lead for LaCinco12. No bounce off the crossbar this time. This is cleanly into the back of the net. 1-0 to LaCinco12. As the kickoff goes in EM Dallasburg's favor, We'll see if they can create a good opportunity right there. Huey now set up into the middle, and just like that, Wicca gets the equalizer for EM Dallas Burn. Goodness. Both Devin and Runsau committing to that Huey ball. Huey just skipping it past both of them. Had one more to beat in Hophead. Gets it past him as well. And that was one of the easiest goals Wicca will probably be scoring all season. 1-1. Both teams have made their chances count so far. Outside of that early little bit where Runsau hit the post. But you know what? They have been better off this time around. Now we'll see what Huey can do right here. Runsau challenging him. Bounces off the wall. Runs out, lets it go for Devin. Devin baiting out a 50 from Wicca. Huey now shot towards the net. Hoppin lets it go, seeing that the ball is going towards the crossbar. Oh my goodness, the ball has skipped over all the orange players. And Devin finally gets his goal. His second, yes, that's right, his second goal of SGL Season 10. And LaCinco12 lead 2-1 with 2 minutes, 12 seconds to go. Palace, if you're having trouble with 7TV, check your 7TV settings just to be sure. See if your add-on's enabled as well. That's all I could do for now. Meanwhile, Palace at the same time. Bang, bang, like Jessie J and Ariana Grande. Well, you know what? I guess that's an appropriate comment. LaCinco12 could have had a third. Everyone trying to go for goal right there. EM Dallas Burn, they'll see it off, and they clear it out for Runsau. Runsau following it up with Devin. Another double commit. Not the first time we've seen that from both players. Not sure what's going on with their comms, but they've been double committing quite a bit in this game too. Pico David has barely been involved though. Not really had too many touches of note so far. And once again, the ball goes over him with the demo on the opposite side. Devin has a chance to put this into the net. He might have been better off passing it to Runsau, but Runsau adjusts. And now he's going for a solo effort off of the backboard. Taps it into the far post. And LaCinco12 get their 2-goal advantage. 3-1 to them with 72 seconds remaining. Palace saying, I feel like this series is a content series. So far it has been. We've seen content in both games. Various kinds of content too. So there's been a decent bit of variety. Speaking of content, Runsau going for the hat-trick! And Runsau seals the deal. Another shot from left to right, by the way. Every single one of his goals has gone from left to right. And he gets the hat-trick in similar fashion. This time the post not bounce the ball out of the net. 4-1 to LaCinco12. And surely they have game 2 sealed right here. We'll see if Devin can get a second goal. Wicca and Huey, they've tried all they could, but they have been overwhelmed now. Huey trying to bump Devin, but Devin dodges it. Devin takes control. 50 makes him lose control, though. We'll see if Runsau can do anything right here. Huey, oh, unfortunate miss. Pico David in no man's land with little to no boost. He needs to get to the ball right here. Does so. 50 kind of helps. Devin, oh, man. You wish that he can get those shots on target if you're a fellow Austin FC fan. You know, and as a neutral, I'm just hoping he can step up and get better. But man, those kind of shots, it's been the story of his season so far. So clock ticks down to 0. I think LaCinco12 have certainly sealed the deal in this game 2. They're back in it. The match is tied at 1 apiece, and we are going to go into game 3 with this effectively being a best of 3. Arglis, to be fair to Pico, he's facing off against, you know, Runsau and Devin, and they're both very high-level players. And It's not easy to play against this kind of team. You should know. You've played against them too. All right. We are going to be going to game 3 very soon. Don't be surprised if there are more subs on the way. And both teams are going in right at this instant. No time to waste. We're going to jump right into this game 3. Just waiting for both teams to fill up. And there we go. And we are getting started with this game 3. Lawler counting us down. Here we go. The best of 3 begins now. Who will take advantage right here? Will it be LaCinco12 against their arch rivals in Texas? And so far, they've started this out in the best way possible. Devin pinching it into the middle, open net. No one really there to deal with that. And Palace, all he has to do is just touch the ball across the goal line. 1-0 to LaCinco12, and you couldn't have asked for a better start yet again. So in every single game, LaCinco12 has taken the lead. Every single game we could have... Oh my goodness, I thought we were going to have an equalizer from Ian Dalsberg, but they couldn't make it count right there. What a defensive stand by LaCinco12. Incredible save on the goal line as well. I thought for sure Huey was going to get that, but he couldn't turn it in. And now Huey gets a second shot. It's off the backboard. Low shot couldn't go in. Oh my goodness, he's not going to be happy right now. And a big save right there from Runsau. And Devin finally gets it out. LaCinco12 can breathe a sigh. Left off for long. Caesar skips it over Palace. And there is your equalizer. Caesar overcomes Palace, who committed too high and couldn't challenge. And it's 1-1, and we've yet to play a full minute. Ooh, Caesar's coming up. He's going to take over. Bails out, tries to go for a bump. Runs out. Devin once again right next to each other. I don't know if this is intended at this point, but I'm surprised they've continued it on this way. Devin almost got his 3rd of the season. Just couldn't get it on target. The crossbar, his enemy right there. And Ian Dalsberg get away with it. We'll see if they can keep this going. Huey with a nice touch. Huey trying to go for a bounce air dribble. Couldn't really get much control. Caesar misses. And Palace gets his. And LaCinco12 second. A long shot from his goal mouth area. Caesar had so much boost, but just couldn't get to the ball. Devin was tempted. He could have stolen that. Could have gone to goal. But he lets it go for Palace. 2-1 to LaCinco12. Huey, nice launch, but he's just a bit underneath the ball. Couldn't really get up to it. Wicca had to get involved. Caesar misses. Devin, he's done everything right so far. He just couldn't get the ball to the back of the net. But that's where his teammates come into play. Runsau coming up big in game 2. Game 1, well, they were missing a lot of their chances. But so far, LaCinco12 have been converting. We'll see if they can keep this up. Palace off the backboard. Huey clears it away to Caesar, who tries to get a shot on target, and he is unlucky. What a valiant effort that was from Caesar, getting it over the last man, but the shot just didn't want to go into the net. And now we'll see if they can keep this up. Huey try to pass it to Wicca, to no avail. Devin with 0 boost, chases the ball, challenges Huey, runs out towards the left to Palace, who wins the 50. That ball's gonna bounce off the backboard. Devin is going for that. Runs out, the last man doesn't have much boost, and he chooses to stay back and collect some boost from the small pads. That's exactly what you should be doing when you're 3rd man, and he plays that very well. Excuse me. Meanwhile, Ian Dalsberg, they've looked a bit disheveled here. They've had some good passes, some good moments, but for the most part, they've just not been getting enough contact on the ball when it matters. Once again, Wicca trying to let it go and go for a bump, but he gets 0 bumps. And no one really follows it up from his team. Caesar passes into the middle. Both Wicca and Huey jump up. Caesar at 0 boost. That ball bounces in. An incredibly fortunate ricochet off of the post and crossbar. After an incredibly fortunate bounce off of the ceiling, that ball wanted to go into the back of the net. It does. LaCinco12 lead 3-1, and they're looking high and mighty right now. Oh my goodness, Caesar had to do all he can to get that save, but runs out once again. And now you're starting to see what LaCinco12 are all about. They'll go for those quick fire shots, and they'll have a second man come in for a quick fire shot instantly. You're not going to get the time to settle in. Runsal punishes EM Dallasburn, and now LaCinco12 lead 4-1. And for EM Dallasburn, they're losing control very quickly. Oh no, that was it. That was the opportunity. Open net right there. Wicca misses. Huey tries to follow up. Even after getting the dunk, he couldn't get it on target. There's been some misfortune, as Skyline said, yes, but they've also not been able to convert their chances to get the meaningful touches. Caesar now, pass to the middle, but Runsau intercepts, brings it to the other end. Palace doesn't have much boost. He's just going to want to get a touch of the ball, lets it go to get it bumped, doesn't get either. Caesar now brings it to the other end. Shot on net. No one's at the back. Caesar gets the second for EM Dallasburn. And with about a minute to go, there's still time for EM Dallasburn to come back into this. Bismo, good to see you in chat. Yes, this has been a good game so far. Absolutely. And Skyline, once again, thank you for your tiny bit donation right there. Sheared 2 bits a half an hour ago. 3 bits now, so that makes his total donation today for 6 bits. Oh my goodness, I thought Caesar was gonna get another goal right there, but the ball bounces past every LaCinco12 player, and Huey gets the shot in. 4-3 with 45 seconds to go. Chat, here we go. This is where LaCinco12 need to hold their composure. So far, that is a good kickoff. Wicca, though, gets it. Overruns South. Devin gets control. Nice first touch, but gets demoed for his trouble. Wicca bringing out some aggression that's badly needed against his LaCinco12 side. Caesar plays it loose. Needs to collect boost to get active and engaged. Wicca plays it to the opposite side. This is a chance for Huey to get involved. Touch it to the middle. Big demo from Wicca, too, but 2 players are back once again. Devin and Runsau right next to each other. So far, they've been able to make it work. Palace now, trying to slow play, trying to bump. Devin, trying to waste time, centers it to EM Dallasburn. The ball's now popped up high into the middle. Runsau does just enough to get it away, but it's not over yet. Huey, oh my goodness, what a fortunate touch, but he doesn't have the boost to follow it up. All of the EM Dallasburn players are at the blue half, and that seals a critical game 3 for LaCinco12. They now take the lead, and they're up 2-1. That was incredibly close. EM Dallasburn were almost there, but they just conceded way too many goals. And what I mean by that is they gave up way too many chances. And against this LaCinco12 side, if you do that, you are going to concede. They got punished for it dearly. They could not, however, punish LaCinco12. When they had their moments, they could not make them count. We'll see if they could do it here in this game 4. How is everyone doing tonight? Good to see everyone getting involved in chat. Let me remind you guys, after this match, we will be taking a bit of a break because the next matchup kicks off at 10:30, KC Con versus El Matador, and then after that, we will have our third matchup, Emerald City RC versus Timbers Army. And game 4 is about to kick off. LaCinco12 on match point. This is their chance to get another victory against an FC Dallas team. They did it against El Matador. Can they now do it against EM Dallas Bird? And in order to do it, they have to hold on tight. And a good save right there after an early chance by the EMDB side. We'll see if EM Dallas Bird can respond and take us to game 5. It happened against El Matador. Can it happen again with EM Dallas Bird involved now? And Wicca now standing strong. Passing it out to Huey. Huey trying to bring it out. Cannot get close enough to the ball. Rudsau beats Wicca. And now Caesar takes control on the right wall. Brings it out. Just because it's taking up control. Huey off target. Wicca bounces up. He's going to go for a double. Caesar dives in and gets the lead for EM Dallas Bird. And I believe this is the first lead they've taken in the start of a game. This matchup. EM Dallas Bird now 1-0 up. This is the start they needed in order to keep up the pressure and make sure the LaCinco12 have to stretch themselves thin to get the equalizer. But if you sit back against the LaCinco12 side, they will outpace you. Rudsau being a big part of that, but Devin has also stepped up. We'll see what Palace can do as well. We know he is capable of some big moments of magic for his team. Devin towards the middle to nobody. Caesar now takes control. Brings it out. Smooth dribble. Trying to send it to the opposite flank. He's going to pitch it off the wall. But that was well read by Devin. Rudsau shot towards the net. Huey is back. Ready for that. Still has enough boost to follow up. But Devin instantly challenges him. And this is what LaCinco12 is all about. They'll make sure you don't get out of your half. And you have to be very diligent of it. You cannot commit everyone up because of that. But now, EM Dallas Bird trying to create a chance. Wicca going for that bump play. Could not make it count. Caesar keeps up the pressure. Devin with 0. Beats 1. He cannot beat Huey though. Ball's loose. Palace out. Solo play. Trying to go for a double. Caesar gets up. Clears it out. And now Huey takes control. Not for long though. Ball goes straight to the opposite end. Caesar finally gets it out. Adifo, good to see you, bro. Good to have you in chat. Once again, another backboard play, and I think EM Dallas Bird have sussed him out. They know what to do when dealing with those situations, so we'll see if LaCinco12 mix it up. Caesar, passing it towards Wicca. Rudsau read that pass, challenged Wicca right there, and now he has the time to follow up. Beats Huey with that, I guess, weird touch. Devin, though, gets a shot off of a tight angle. And he will absolutely take that. He needed a proper shot on target. Gets it into the back of the net for his 3rd goal of the season. Is this the start of Devin's run of goals? Is this finally the moment when Devin settles in and starts scoring more and more for this LaCinco12 side? 1-1 right now between the Austin FC and FC Dallas teams. This rivalry matchup is heating up right now in this critical game 4. Caesar uses all of his boosts to try and bring it forward. Rudsau has everything that he needs to take control. Off the ceiling. Bit unfortunate that the ball didn't roll up all the way, but he still gets a second touch. Caesar now tries to flick it over. Oh, Devin plays it towards Caesar. Off the backboard. Palace sees it off. And now Wicca follows up. Wicca, though, has no one there to take advantage of his backboard pass. Huey gets it loose into the midfield. Caesar reserve boost. Shot on net to the far post. Rudsau able to deal with that. Devin now needs to take care of business right here. Does just enough. And Rudsau and Palace can now go forward. Speaking of Palace, shot on net to the post. Oh my goodness. That ball just kept bouncing between the two players right there. Wicca finally gets it out. Very lucky for EM Dallas Bird. I thought that was going to go in somehow, but the ball stayed out throughout. And Caesar does an incredible job of bringing the ball into the blue half. He gets bumped, gets involved, interferes with Palace. Palace, though, keeps his composure, brings it out to the orange half, passes it into the middle. Rudsau, though, cannot get a shot on target. Incredible effort right there by Palace. And now Caesar tries to play to Huey, who overcommits and gets himself out of position. Huey, though, keeping his composure, takes control. This is where he's at his best. When he slows it down and starts dribbling it to the opposite end. Just cannot get enough control right there. Wicca, shot towards the net. Off target, just by a little bit. Now Huey, he cannot get back on time. And with 31 seconds to go, LaCinco12 take the lead, courtesy of Runsau. Chat, here we go. LaCinco12 up 2-1. They have to hold on now because the CM Dallas Burnside will go for the instant equalizer. They tried right there, shot off target though by Wicca, but don't be surprised if they can come back. Caesar, with no boost, has enough. It is Mexico. Oh, no, into the middle. Wicca cut to the near post and couldn't get to the ball. And now they only have 10 seconds for one final chance. Great touch right there by Runsau to waste all that time. Pass towards Wicca. Ball's up, but Caesar has no boost. He has to keep it up. Wicca in an awkward position as well. And LaCinco12 get 2 wins in a row. Sorry, not 2 wins in a row overall, but 2 wins over FC Dallas teams in a row. A huge win for them. And this should set them up well for the Cup tournament kicking off next week. Massive, massive win for LaCinco12. Of course, it had to be over an FC Dallas team. And now they're starting to show what they're all about. Their attack, especially when Devin starts to get going, is potentially unstoppable. And we're not talking about bad players on the EM Dallas Bird team. All of Wicca, Huey, and Caesar are good defenders, but they could not handle the heat that LaCinco12 threw at them. And you see it right there. A ton of touches from Caesar, by the way. 73 touches is absolutely insane. He was involved everywhere. Unfortunately, EM Dallas Bird just looked off sorts. Kind of lacking in cohesion right there. Didn't get the best chances, and when they did, they couldn't really finish them off. But good effort nonetheless. And EM Dallas Bird still get a point at the very least. All right, we are now waiting to see if we have any interviews lined up. But chat, let me know your thoughts on this matchup. I thought we were going to go to 5 games, but then LaCinco12 came back strong. Really good attacking rotations, as you can see. Devin, Runsau, and Palace are absolutely in sync with each other. And they're looking like one of the most cohesive trios in SGL this season. Meanwhile, EM Dallas Burn. Man, I thought they had a bit more to their game compared to El Matador. But they couldn't take it to 5 games. At least El Matador took it to 5 games. They only get 1 point off of this, unfortunately. And now they are probably around the bottom 3 with that win for LaCinco12. Well, Luis, I know you're saying true, El Matador better, we drafted better. Let's just take a look at the league table real quick, because the results have been updated. And as you can see right here, EM Dallas Burn are still above you guys, but only by a point. However, LaCinco12 are above both Dallas teams with 10 points, tied with the second, third, and fourth place teams for now. But all those 3 teams are going to be playing tonight. So we'll see if there's going to be a gap forming between the top 4 and the rest. And we do have an interview lined up. Just going to get that set up very soon. So just bear with me for a second, chat. And here we go. Welcome on in. Palace of LaCinco12. Palace, a huge win right there. If I'm not mistaken, this is actually your second win in a row because you guys beat El Matador last week and now you beat EM Dallas Burn last week. How does it feel beating both FC Dallas teams this season?
I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea what the hell's going on right now. I don't know what that was. Both teams, we were both throwing so bad in every single game. I don't know what I would. Let me take it back to game one, because we're own we're own goaling and shit. Devin has the thing on the backboard, and when that goal went in, I think we were up 1-0 at that point, and it tied the game up. When he hit that, he just goes, "Oh shit!" we just started fucking dying laughing. That was hilarious. Can we even call that a game? Not because we like beat them, but like neither team was good, respectfully. Like, I don't know what that series was, if I'm gonna be completely honest. there was something in the water, and that something was not good Rocket League. But it does feel good to win. However, yeah, it does feel good to win. There is no however there. Overall, I would like to shout out Playboy Farty, mainly because you give us a reason. Well, not a reason. We have more of a reason, anyways. But this was the perfect time to put Hophead in for the first time. For those of you who are new to SGL, there's nobody watching the stream anyways. It's not like it matters. But I'm just gonna tell you all the story for the one person here who doesn't know. Devin and Hophead are father and son, as I'm sure Maz probably mentioned 90,000 times during that game, and it's really nice to have him in here. Mainly just like, not only do we, for some reason, we actually play pretty good when he's in. Like, that's just always been a phenomenon that I've noticed. But also, it's just the vibes just go way up when he's in. So it's really, really nice to bring him in and like get him in here. That was very, very fun. I wish Playboy Farty had gone back in for game 4, so that way Hop could have come back in. Low-key, he could have come back in anyways. Like, not because, like, again, this is not a disrespect. I could have just said put him back in, and I just didn't for some reason. So I feel bad because I would have liked him to play more, but he will be back. That's not the last you've seen of Hophead78, aka formerly 8FKA Bust Insider 6996. Sorry, what was the original question?
You answered already. I basically asked how you feel beating both FC Dallas teams right here. To get
I feel good, but I won't
feel
good about shit until the actual Austin FC shitters beat FC Dallas on the fucking field. So, for yeah, it feels good, but I won't feel good until these shitters down in Austin win something against that stupid ass team in Frisco. Respectfully, I'm sorry, I'm cussing a lot. I'm sorry, chat.
That's on you, bro. We're okay with cussing in SGL. Unless you go take it too far, you know, which
yeah,
one person did a while back, if you remember.
Playboy Farty.
No, not him.
Playboy Farty. I wanna know who was the long nose MF. That's what I wanna know.
The long nose thing. Okay, maybe we can include it in this interview, then we'll end it after this. But if he's not gonna bring it up, let me ask you this question, pals. You guys are looking incredibly cohesive now. You've only run this trio, but this trio has been, well, sorry, outside of that one Hophead appearance today, but your trio of Devin, Runsow, and you have been absolutely incredible. How far do you guys think you could go now that you are in sync with each other?
I think, well, first off, if that's in sync, then call me Justin Timberlake. Jokes aside, I think, I felt today was very sloppy personally. But, when we gel, I mean, you saw it last week against EM. and you've seen it in brief flashes against TA and ECRC, who are, as y'all both know, very good teams. I think we can do some damage. I really, really do. Especially, I can't wait for the cup to start because we did some damage in that. What do you call it? I don't even know what's going on. I can't speak today, chat. I'm sorry. I feel like we can go pretty far, especially in the cup. But even in the league, I do feel that our ceiling is pretty high. So I know that the power rankings have been disrespecting us recently, and so just wait. We'll put some respect on our name, and we'll make you put some respect on our name.
Well, there you go. And I get that you guys were not that clean with your performance, but I was more so highlighting like the slick rotations that you guys had, the pressure that you guys kept up and maintained. Heck, even defensively, you guys were in a better shape than you were against EM. So that's what I was mainly trying to highlight. With that said, I think you pretty much answered my question anyways. How much more fun has it been playing with this team compared to your past teams, if it has been more fun for you?
I feel like fun is relative. I've had quite a lot of fun playing with the past teams, but it is fun to win as well. So I don't necessarily know if I can answer that question, just out of respect to everybody that I've played with, but also half of everybody that I've played with is on this team. But yeah, I think they've all been pretty fun, but it does feel good to win. I think that's the one thing that was consistently missing. Was like we've always been LV has always been a team, or I should say the Austin FC teams have always been teams with pretty high potential. And it's nice to like get some wins under the belt. So that way, we can push the envelope and really see, where exactly we can go. I think that's the one thing that like I would have wished for in the past seasons, because again, we played a lot of close games. We played a lot of game 5s last year and the season before. Didn't pan out our way. And so now that we are starting to turn a little bit of those results, I think that we can definitely do some more damage. And as the win-o-meter goes up, so does the vibe-o-meter. So that sounds like a sex toy. I'm sorry. But like, so the vibe meter goes up, not the vibe-o-meter.
Yep. I mean, well said until that very part at the very end. But anyways, let's focus on Devin real quick. Before the start of this match, and I'm going to flash this up for chat as well. Devin only had 1 goal in 20 shots.
Did he really?
Yes, he only had 1 goal.
Was it
Tonight, he got 2. Is this the start of Devin getting back into form with his goal scoring and finally contributing a whole lot more on the attack?
I mean, that's what happens when he plays the game. That's the short answer. When Devin plays the game, his results improve. So if he keeps playing the game, then I think so.
There you go. And speaking of playing the game more, this was Hophead's first appearance this season. Are we expecting to see more Hophead appearances for the rest of the season, or are we just going to wait until the next matchup against an FC Dallas team?
I want to play him more. I would love to play him again. So I think that's definitely not the last we've seen of him.
Heck yeah, well there you go. Hopefully we can get to see more of him. Now, with you guys, you, Runsow, and Devin, that is, playing so often together, is there like a thought in the back of your mind of your team getting way too predictable, or is there something in your team that can take you guys to the next level and make you more unpredictable as a trio?
I think if we learn how to, hey, if you're on another SGL Prem team, you can mute this part and then come back in about 20 seconds when I'm done revealing certain things. If we can, I'll be real. If we can learn how to avoid demos, we'll be we'll be fine.
There it is. I mean,
yeah.
we in the podcast also talked about a couple of other things. You've received feedback, I'm sure, from a few other people as well. But you know what? That's true. I mean, if you guys avoid demos, you guys will be better off. But you guys have been responding in kind with demos as well. Is that something you're going to incorporate into your gameplay more often?
If I feel like demoing, then yeah. For those of you who know me, when I feel like demoing, then you know exactly what I bring to the table. I may not bring demos, but I bring I don't even know if you can call it chaos, because yeah, I'm just kind of running around the field just looking for anybody. So it we'll see in it.
Well, there you go. All right, Palace, I've asked all my questions that I need to ask. Now it's your turn to speak your mind. The floor is yours. Go ahead, bro.
All right. First of all, Debit said, putting respect on all your teammates except you, David. Debit can suck it. No, I'm kidding. Shout out to everybody on LaCinco12 and Los Verdes. Both teams combined. Every person in here who represents Austin FC, who wears that flag on their shoulders, who flies that flag. You guys know that scene in One Piece where they're trying to get Robin back at Water 7, and then she's being held hostage by the government, and Luffy says, Usopp, shoot that flag. That flag is an FC Dallas flag, and Runesao, Debit, and our sniper himself, Hophead, shot through that flag, and we have for now vanquished the FC Dallas menace. However, I would like to shout out Hophead. I would like to shout out formerly known as Bust Insider 6996. Shout out Devin for bringing the vibes. They were eating 5 minutes before the game started, which is why Saul and I were in a game and we came into the lobby like 5 minutes late. Then shout out Saul, obviously, aka Runesao. Shout out Trig. I know he's been in here supporting all night. Richter, Mace, Sky, everybody who's been playing for LV. And I'm going to specify everybody who's been playing because there's a certain LV member in here who has not been playing. And so I'm not going to shout him out. But that's really all I got. Thank you guys for tuning in and letting me waffle, and thank you for letting me play Rocket League with y'all.
There you go, dude. I mean, that was really well said. I could tell you, poured your heart into those shout outs. That was incredible. Great to hear that.
Especially the debit one. The debit one was the most from the heart.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. We cannot forget about that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But there you go. Palace, the match winner once again. The bane of the FC Dallas sides once again. Thank you very much for hopping on in. Take care, and hopefully we'll catch you sooner than later. Commentary?
I can't tonight, unfortunately.
All right, I tried.
Wait. What time is the next match?
10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central.
Loki, I might be able to.
Keep me up to date.
We'll see. We'll see in it.
Indeed. All right, pals. I'll let you go right now. Thank you very much. Take care, and catch you next time.
Thank you. I made a nice chili last night. No, 2 nights ago, and I'm about to dig into that.
There you go. Enjoy that. Take care. Peace.
Thank you.